Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit Consultation. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today, we're going to talk about the top 3 things you need to know right now about the new medical bills being removed from your credit reports. Let's go straight into it. As we know, this is something that Congress has been fighting for quite some time on the consumer level. As consumers, there's always something that we notice more and is more important than some of the items that's on the table as it goes with consumer finance and credit scores. As we know, it's an older system and they really don't like making changes. Back in 2017, they then extended the medical bills to be on your credit report, but not until it's 180 days old. So essentially you would get the medical bill and then not pay it for 6 months or whatever that time frame is, really from the hospital to the collection company. Then at that point, it's supposed to be 180 days old, and then it will show up on your credit report. It took them years to get that, added as well too, but that was in 2017. Now, where we've transitioned to a lot of just inaccuracies on the credit report, and most of them being medical bills. So now, 3 things you need to know. Number 1 is that 70% of all medical bills will be removed from your credit report. That's 70% of majority of them. So for some of you all, you'll fall 100% into that 70%. It's a weird calculation that they have. And then, of course, it should be removed from your credit report. Now, all of this should take place by July 1st. So this is not something that you're going to see tomorrow. But then again, you may see it next week. It could be next month. But they're saying by July 1st, majority of that will be done. And by the end of the year, all of the medical bills will be removed from everyone's credit report. Now, they're giving you a fresh start. Okay, so that's number 1, is that majority of you all will see the change by July. If you don't see it by July, just give it to the end of the year. So that's number 1, is the time frame. Number 2, what does this mean going forward? Well, starting in 2023, okay, not this year, but 2023, any medical bill that you get that's under $500 will no longer show on your credit report. Okay. Now, that could be good and that could be bad, right? Because some hospitals are saying, well, what if the bill is legit and they're not paying it? We have nothing. We have essentially no leverage to, because let's be honest, if we owe the debt and we got the debt, we know we owe it, right? We just don't want to pay it. Let's be honest. However, if it's not on your credit report, then the leverage is really slim. And at that point, they could just be, they can send it to collections companies. But now, are they even going to send it to a collection company? Because is it worth collecting on? But some people just don't like the phone calls and they just want to just pay it off and they'll just be doing it that way. So that doesn't start until next year, 2023. Okay. Now, from that point, okay, anything that's over $500, you better believe it's going to be on your credit report. Okay. But that leads us to number 3. But before we do that, let's wrap up number 2. So number 2 is what to expect going forward. As I mentioned, 2023, anything that's under 500 will no longer show up on your credit report. And of course, a medical collection, because we're talking about medical collections, and any medical collection that's above $500 will most definitely show up on your credit report. Now, there's a few factors. Of course, the hospitals have their process. There is no regulation to the hospitals, which means that you could easily have a bill, let's say in January. The hospital, they give you 90 days to pay it. So now that puts you like in March or April. Okay. Then they say, you know what, we gave them 90 days. Let's go ahead and then report this to the credit bureaus. Okay. And so so some hospitals will give you time and some not. They just won't, because it's because of the records to keep and things of that sort. Most of them don't even have a collections department big enough to keep up with the amount of people that's not paying them. Okay. Number 3, now going forward, if you do get a medical collection, and again, it will only show up if it's only over $500. Now they're going to give the hospital, well, mainly really the collection company, 1 year before they can put it on your credit report. Now, that's a long time. It used to be 6 months, which we just got in 2017. Now they're giving it up to 1 year. Why are they giving so much time? Because sometimes a person does need time to resolve if the bill should have been paid by insurance. If you went to the hospital, you didn't have your insurance information, but it was an emergency situation. So they don't have your insurance information on file, whether you have it or not, but assuming you have it. And of course, they're going to send you the bill. Now you have to kind of reroute things to you have to reroute it to your insurance company, but of course the hospital's not going to wait because they have their own time frame, and they would just traditionally send it to collections and then just let you kind of just deal with it. Okay, but that said, now you have plenty of time to get all of that rectified. Now, let's assume, of course, you didn't have insurance and everything is legit. You still have a year before they put it on your credit report. That way, when it hits, you know when it's going to hit. You're not surprised per se, and you can prepare for it. Or you have time to put things in place before it even gets to that point. And what could you do? You can make a payment arrangement with the hospital directly. You can make a payment arrangement with the collection company directly. You technically got a 12-month payment plan, technically, right? Or 12 months to pay that off before it goes into collections, whether you have insurance or not. Okay, so those are the three things that you need to know right now about the new medical bills being removed from your credit report. As always, if you like this video, like it. If you want to share it, share it. And as always, be sure to subscribe as we have nothing but great content on the way. This is a moment we've been waiting for. And don't worry, I got more great content on the way. You guys have a good one.